Hi there, my name is Tanner Thompson. I'm in English 101. This is my first vlog post. I will be going through weeks 1 through 8, and I will also be talking about the challenges that I've faced and also the things that have helped me get through this class so far. First off, I would like to start off by saying within the first couple of weeks, I feel as if everything I thought was going to happen has happened, by the journal entries to the readings and the paper that we are asked to write. Everything that I struggle at, but I'm slowly getting better day by day. Throughout the first week of class, I thought that I was going to be tough. I also knew it was going to be tough because coming off of my summer break and not picking up a book in 3 months was also going to be very tough. It's a big difference from playing baseball in the Dakotas, not having to worry about a single piece of schoolwork, to having to write a multimodal piece. One thing that also kind of stuck out to me was the grading contract and how, this is, I guess, really new to me, and I also thought it was really unique that, it's not about like your skill of what you know, what you have. It's about how hard you work and what grade you're willing to give yourself at the end of the day. Because at the end of the day, it's all up to you to, make your grade in this class. And I really appreciate that because, me being the writer/reader I am, I'm not the most skilled in any means. So I think that's really cool about, it's all about, your work ethic in this class and how much you're willing to put in to get out. So that's the first week. We talked about the syllabus. We talked about, we also had to do a labor log, and that was also new to me about, the time that you put into your class. And we have a Google Sheet that we fill out. I thought that was also really cool. And we also talked about the grading contract. We jumped right into the multimodal piece. I thought it was going to be extremely tough for me because I just heard the name and I got overwhelmed of the multimodal piece. And one thing that kind of stuck out to me was I have a hard time starting writing projects because I get really overwhelmed, and it's like I'm not good at it. At least I feel like I'm not good at it, and people don't like to do stuff that they're not good at, I guess. And it's more so like once I get started, I feel like I'm, consistent and keep going. And one thing that really helped me get started was reading some of the example pieces and, how theirs kind of looked and being able to look at my peers. So after doing that, I was able to turn in my rough draft, and then came week 2, which was talking about, the peer reviews. And I've never really done the peer reviews to this extent, and it stuck out like a sore thumb to me because I thought this was extremely cool how I could kind of pick apart one of my peers' readings and how, I guess, being able to do so, I was able to find so many more flaws in my writing and how I can make my writing that much better because I was just trying to help out one of my peers. And I thought that was extremely cool because I felt like it was like a win-win for each person. And I also find it really cool that I can read my classmates' feedback and what they have to offer instead of just me filling my work out. I thought that was really cool. And the multimodal piece I chose to do was my sophomore year in high school. It was about a block class that you had to write an essay for, and that was a coming of age moment for me, I guess, out of my shell. I really felt like, this was my turning point in my writing/reading career because of the fact that, it took a lot for me to just write that essay in general because I knew there was a high, fail rate. And if I didn't take the jump, how would I ever know if I made it? So that's why I chose that piece. And that was my first project that I did. Along with that, so that covers the first week, and then after that, first week and second week, and then after that, how we got ours back. We got time to revise it, you know, kind of look through, read what our peers had to say, and then turn it back in. One thing that I thought was also extremely cool was the end questions that we had to answer about our project, and you know what we found hard and what we found not so hard or enjoyable. And the reason why I liked that was because I'm a big process guy, I guess, and I love like seeing the process and how each little piece from this process, you know, kind of makes the whole at the paper. And if you miss a piece, like let's say you miss something that you're supposed to put in there, like if you didn't get your peer review from person, like how much that helps your essay and how it makes it that much better. So I thought that was really cool to kind of just reflect on my writing, and that brought me to week 3 and 4. And I didn't really touch on the readings that much about the weeks 1 through and 3. The readings were like the backpack and briefcase one. Also talking about I think it was Malcolm X too, but I wrote a blog, so I touch more in depth on those in there. I feel like that in this vlog I really wanted to touch on the journaling, so like my prompts and how I really enjoy the writer's memo, those things, because I feel like this is what I've gained most from the class and what's made me a better and stronger writer and reader. So then came to the next project, which was, I think, the rhetorical analysis, and we got to choose our piece of text that we wanted to kind of take a piece part by part, and I chose the TED Talk by Liz Scott, and the reason why I chose this is because I feel like I can relate to this a lot, coming from where I came from. I had to talk to my friends a different way than I've talked to my teachers. I've talked to my teammates a different way than I talked to my family, and I feel like this is probably true for a lot of people, but I feel like from where I came from that this actually meant a lot to me, and you know, I really looked forward to, you know, breaking this down, and it was actually a topic that I've enjoyed a lot more than I feel like any other topic, so I was really excited to kind of dive into this. I started with a Prezi. I've never done one of those before. I was kind of nervous to do it. I didn't know how to navigate through it, and I just took a jump, and I figured why not, you know, try something new because it's a new project. So I used Prezi for this, and that was kind of one of my setbacks, I'd say, in this class so far. It was extremely hard for me to navigate at first. I didn't think it was going to be hard at all. Trying to get down like the pictures and stuff and all that stuff. One thing that was kind of hard for me, again, was to get started. I just get really overwhelmed, and I need to like trust the process, I guess. And one thing that helped me a lot was the checklist that you had us fill out, and how I was talking about the ethos, pathos, logos, and how everything, you know, kind of had a checklist of 10 things that we needed to fill out. I feel like that was super beneficial because I really took my time on that and kind of wrote each down step by step. And by doing that, I basically had my project done. I just needed to put it together. And I thought that was a really cool way to kind of finish this project. Not finish, but, you know, do this project, because, like, instead of just writing, you know, sentence by sentence, I was able to break it down into steps and kind of just work step by step. And so it didn't like make me feel as overwhelmed once I got started, because of, you know, it was easy because you just had to worry about one little step at a time, and it kind of just helped you sit back and just focus on that for a while. And so then we turned in our rough draft again, and I missed a few things on my rough draft that I thought we might not have needed, which was the logos and the pathos. And I only put the ethos part in my thing. And again, I'm really thankful that we get to do peer reviews in this class because, one of my peers told me, like, hey, like, you need to make sure you have this in your project because this is what the project calls for. And I was able to help out a few of my classmates as well, with giving them feedback and kind of like kind of taking theirs apart and really kind of look deeper into theirs, which helped me dig deeper into mine and realize that I could add somewhere here or I could add more details there. So I thought that was also, again, really cool. And that's basically where we are right now. I just finished my second blog, which I think is also extremely cool because, it kind of takes, you get to, like, break down the weeks again and kind of just go through, like, hey, like, this is what I did. And, you get to really reflect on how that week went. And one thing that I found really cool in the journaling is, we journal about these prompts and stuff, and I've actually, took the time now to make my own journal and kind of just journal about my daily life. And one thing that I feel like has really helped me is being able to do that. And it's kind of like an outlet to where I can write, what's going on during the day, what I need to get done, and like what I'm feeling throughout the day. And I guess I needed like a place to start. So the fact that it was in this writing class was really cool because it kind of like made me realize like, oh, I could like do this in my everyday life and, use that to benefit me. So I would definitely say that was one thing that helped me a lot. Thank you.